Hello and welcome to our special series on greenhouse construction. This is part 7, and today we're going to be talking about end walls and doors. So we got the main part of the greenhouse is up, and now we need to work on the end walls. So there's several different ways you can make end walls. You can do them, you can make it like solid, like a wall. You can make it with tin. You can make it with fiberglass, whatever you want to do. We chose to do the plastic because I get a lot of light from the south. This is my south end wall, and I want that light to be able to come in here. So we're just going to use the polyfilm like we are in the rest of the building. So I will explain the frame that we've put up for the polyfilm. So basically we have the two uprights that go from in the ground. They're cemented in just like the rest of the building, and they go all the way to the top. There's a L bracket up there that is holding it to the main bow that's on the end wall here. And then we have this 2x4 here, and this is just used for support for the building stabilization, and also as the plastic is laying against this and the wind is blowing back and forth a little bit, we don't get a big billow in and billow out. This can stop that. So we have a plate here that's holding it all together, and this is just screwed in here. And what we want to do is we're going to put a little piece of tape over these. These are a little bit sharp, these bolts. And what happens is that as that plastic is doing this in the wind, this is starting to tear little holes in it. And so what we have found over the years is if we just put a little piece of tape over that, this is like Gorilla Tape, super strong, sticky stuff. That helps with protecting the plastic so that we're not ripping holes in it prematurely. What we have found with this plastic is that it'll last 10 years for us if we just kind of protect it a little bit. So we get good value out of our plastic. All right, so down here on the bottom is our wiggle wire channel. So we're going to connect from the top all the way across here and connect it down to the bottom. And the wiggle wire, it's a fabulous system. It will hold the plastic in really well, and we can take the wire out if we need to tighten it or anything. So the ideal temperature to put your plastic on is about 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So if it's hotter than that and you put your plastic on and then it cools down, it's going to make the plastic super tight, and that can actually warp your building and bend it out of shape, and you might even split your plastic. So if it is really cold when you put your plastic on, then when it's hot, it's going to get really baggy and saggy, and that gives the wind something to slap around, which can stress all your where all the plastic is connected to the building. So you want to kind of hit that ideal temperature, and you want to stretch it tight but not over tight when you're about 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, so to attach the plastic to the roof, this is our roof plastic here, and then we have this bow, and we have this channel here with the wiggle wire in it. We're going to put the end wall on, and then we're going to put it in here and put another layer of wiggle wire. So we're not going to take the roof loose, we're just going to add another layer of wiggle wire, which is great about this system is it'll handle 2 or 3 layers of wiggle wire before it gets too full. So we're going to come down the roof line here, and then we're going to switch to this channel here, which this is our roll-up side here. And so the end wall is going to come wrap around this corner and be in this channel, and that's going to help seal up when we're running the roll-up sides up and down. And then in the wintertime, if we don't want to roll the roll-up sides up and down, we can just take and put another layer of wiggle wire in here, and that seals this corner. Otherwise the wind can blow in and around and into the plants. So it's a really, really great system. So we're gonna go ahead and get started and get this end wall up. All right, so what we did is we cut this plastic a little bit long, and then we're going to be able to put some gravel up against here. That way we don't get wind coming in underneath the bottom plate here. So it's nice to be able to have enough extra plastic to do that. And you can put bricks or blocks on here, or just gravel, dirt, whatever you want to stop that wind coming in. Speaking of wind, you want to put your wall up when it's not windy. You don't want to be out here on the end of a kite, because it can get really bad. We get afternoon winds, so we definitely do all our roofs in the morning. All right, so here's how the side wall and the end wall come together in the roof. So we got double channel wiggle wire coming down here, and then right here we transition. So the side wall is coming in this way, the roof ends there, and then this is our roll-up side. So in the winter time, I'm just going to add another channel or another wiggle wire into the channel, and that's going to seal this edge shut. But in the summertime, I want this to be able to go up and down, spring and fall as well, so that we can roll that up and down. So it's a really good way to kind of, configure this corner. Now this particular end wall, or south end wall, does not have a door in it, so it's completely solid. When we get to the north end, we are going to put a door in it, because we need at least one door, right? So we will have a little different construction on the north end. So the video that we shot earlier for the north end didn't work out, so we're going to redo this. This is north end take 2. Okay, so the north end obviously is already done, but I want to explain to you how we put this together. So the north end, the main structure here, the frame, is a 1.25 inch square tubing. It came with the building. We decided to make the building a little bit taller, so we had to do a few modifications. And then we had to select the door that we wanted to use. So this is a 36-inch storm door, so the glass slides up and down, so we can use this as a very small vent for this building. So in the winter time, when we have the roll-up sides sealed down, we can just vent here, or we can just, pop the door open for a little while if we want to. So this is a regular door for a house, and we had to do some modifications, because a normal door, you're putting it in a 2x4 frame usually. So the first modification we did is we made this little latch here, and it's just a piece of metal. And I love this door because this latch turns sideways to open and then comes back. So instead of pitching back and forth, it turns sideways. So we just made this little latch to hook up with the door. Now on the other side over here, in order to get this door piece to work, so we added this metal piece here, so that we would have enough room to screw in the door spring. So this keeps the door from slamming on us. And so we just had to add this piece here. So we customized that side as well. That way we can use just any regular door for this greenhouse. So the door works great. And then we have a special deal that we did on this side. So the frame comes down here, and there's an L bracket right here. And that holds the wooden frame in to here. And what we wanted to do is we made it flush on the outside, so that all the wiggle wire channel, which we'll go outside and look at, will be nice and flush to hold the plastic. But the cool thing about this is we can remove this L bracket and this board and the wiggle wire channel. Say that 3 times fast. We can remove that. We can remove this bar. It's also held on by just a little L channel piece here. And then we can roll up this plastic, and we can drive the tractor in here. So this side completely opens up. So the way that we made that happen is on the outside, and we'll show you in a minute, this post here goes all the way to the ceiling and has the wiggle wire channel attached to it. So that, like I say, we can take this whole piece off here. All right, here we are on the outside on the north end of the greenhouse. There is a little bit of snow on the ground here. So the first thing that we did after we got the frame up is we installed the door. So the door is framed all the way around, and the reason is there is a lip that holds the door on, and it is behind this wiggle wire channel. So this channel here is sitting on top of the flap to hold the door in. So door first, then the wiggle wire, and this is the side that we put the wiggle wire channel all the way to the top. So if we want to remove this piece of plastic, we can. It's not attached to the other piece of plastic. So we have one piece of plastic here and then one piece of plastic that's doing the rest of the building. We also wiggle wired all the way around the door so that we're completely framed there. One of the things you got to watch for is in the corners where it comes together. Once the plastic billows enough, it'll tend to rip. So in the fall, you want to check the corners above the door and see if you got any tears in your plastic. It's just something that we do every fall. I mean, obviously this year we don't need to do it because it's brand new plastic, but new plastic gets 9-10 years old. It's a good thing to do. Now the other thing that we did is we had the plastic, it's coming down here into the wiggle wire channel, and then it's a little bit long here so that we can put bricks on it to stop the airflow from going in. And this just helps to seal us up just a little bit better. So I do like that feature of just having that plastic just slightly longer. All right, so in our next video in this series, we're going to show you how to put in the support poles so you don't collapse your greenhouse in a big snowstorm. If you'd like to learn more about greenhouse construction and growing in a greenhouse, go to thelivingfarm.org/high-performance-greenhouse-course, and you can use the coupon code YTGreen100 to get a $100 discount. I'll include the discount code and the link in the description below.